All right, today we're uncorking the story of one of the world's most beloved and, let's be honest, one of the trickiest grapes out there, Pinot Noir. We're going to explore how this single grape can tell two completely different but equally brilliant stories. We're pitting its ancestral home, Burgundy, France, against its New World superstar counterpart, Oregon. This is truly a tale of two terroirs. You know, the source material calls Pinot Noir a delicate canvas painting sensory landscapes, and I just love that description. It really gets to the heart of what this grape is all about. It's not about brute force, it's about transparency. Pinot Noir doesn't hide where it comes from. It pretty much screams it from the rooftops.
So that really brings us to the big question, right? How on earth can one grape with the exact same DNA give us wines that taste so incredibly different? Well, it's a bit of a mystery, and the clues are buried in the soil, the climate, the very soul of a place.
And the key to unlocking this whole mystery is one beautiful French word, terroir. You've probably heard it, but what is it? It's everything. It's the soil, the way the sun hits the vines, the cool evening breeze, the whole shebang. Terroir is the reason a Pinot Noir from one side of a hill can taste completely different from one grown just a few feet away. It's the secret identity of a wine.
Okay, first stop on our journey, Burgundy, France. This is the benchmark, the spiritual home of Pinot Noir. I mean, for over 1,000 years, this is the place that has set the standard for what this grape can be. Here, tradition isn't just a suggestion, it's woven into the very fabric of the land.
So, what makes Burgundy tick? It's really a combination of three key things. First, you've got a continental climate, which means cold winters and warm summers. It's a tough, risky place to grow grapes. The real magic, though, is in the soil. This incredible mix of limestone and clay that gives the wines that signature minerality and elegance. And it's all organized through a system of climats, these tiny, super-specific plots of land, sometimes just a few rows of vines, each with its own unique voice.
And what does all that terroir give you in the glass? A very, very specific style. Burgundy and Pinot isn't about a big jammy punch of fruit, nope. It's about subtlety. Think more like red cherries, mushrooms, damp forest floor, and that classic stony minerality. These are wines that are built to last, wines that can evolve in your cellar for decades.
This pyramid just perfectly illustrates how seriously they take terroir here. At the base, you've got your regional Bourgogne, a great introduction. Move up a level, you get village wines from a specific town. Then you've got Premier Cru, which comes from a superior named vineyard. And at the very, very top, the pinnacle, that's Grand Cru. We're talking about wines from the most legendary, most revered vineyards in the entire world.
All right, now let's hop across the Atlantic to Oregon, the challenger that basically became a champion overnight. If Burgundy is the ancient kingdom of Pinot, then Oregon is the vibrant, exciting new frontier, where a bunch of passionate pioneers figured out a whole new way to let this grape sing. And when I say its rise was fast, I mean it was meteoric. You had these pioneers planting vines back in the 60s in a place nobody thought would work, and then, bam! In 1979, an Oregon Pinot absolutely stunned the world by going toe-to-toe with legendary Burgundies at a famous tasting in Paris. After that, the secret was out. Oregon was on the map. So what's Oregon's secret sauce? A completely different terroir. The climate here is maritime, thanks to the Pacific Ocean, which gives the grapes a long, cool, gentle season to ripen. The soils aren't limestone. We're talking volcanic soils, like the famous red Jory clay and ancient marine sedimentary soils. Plus, there's just this incredible spirit of innovation here, a huge focus on sustainable and organic farming.
All of that adds up to a totally different expression of Pinot. Oregon Pinots are just bursting with this vibrant, pure fruit character. Think ripe raspberry, black cherry, maybe some strawberry. You also get these beautiful notes of baking spices, like cinnamon and clove, all wrapped up in this wonderfully silky, smooth texture.
Okay, so we've met our two contenders. We know where they come from. Now it's time for the fun part. Let's put them head-to-head and really break down what makes them different in the glass.
Honestly, if you only remember one thing from all this, let it be this slide right here. Burgundy is all about being earthy, savory, and elegant. Oregon, on the other hand, is the star of vibrant, expressive fruit with a rich, silky profile. They're really just two sides of this same incredible coin.
Let's dig a little deeper, though. Flavor-wise, they're distinct. Burgundy leans into that earth, mushroom, and mineral thing. Oregon leads with red and black fruits and those baking spices. Structurally, Burgundy often has higher acidity, that's what makes your mouth water, and firmer tannins, which gives it that grip that's perfect for aging. Oregon's Pinots tend to have softer tannins, which makes them just so easy to enjoy, even right away.
And you can really see that balance of power right here. In Burgundy, the profile is just dominated by those earthy and mineral notes. That is the soul of the wine. But in Oregon, it's that vibrant fruit that takes center stage. Again, this isn't about which one is better, it's just a beautiful, clear picture of terroir at work.
So, why do we care about all this? What's the big takeaway? Well, it's because wine, when it's at its best, is so much more than just something to drink. It's a story in a bottle.
The source material calls Pinot Noir a faithful mirror of its terroir, and that just brings everything perfectly full circle, doesn't it? This grape is so sensitive, it's so transparent, that it reflects its home with just breathtaking accuracy. When you drink these wines side by side, it's like you're having a conversation with two completely different places on Earth.
Look, at the end of the day, this was never about declaring a winner. It's not Burgundy versus Oregon. It's Burgundy and Oregon. It's about appreciating how a cool limestone slope in France and a volcanic hillside in the Pacific Northwest can inspire two totally unique, absolutely magnificent works of art from the exact same grape.
So, the next time you pour yourself a glass of Pinot Noir, just take a second. Don't just taste it, listen to it. Is it telling you a story of ancient earth and minerals, or is it talking about vibrant fruit and spice? What story is your glass telling you? Thanks for joining me for this explainer.